Alright, hello again, this is Jeff Scott, your instructor for the online version of 152, 157 Website Development, XHTML, CSS for the Fall 2015 semester at Blackhawk Technical College. The purpose of this video is twofold. First, I'm going to quickly go through Chapter 13. I've already gone through the slides, but I'm going to go through the presentation in the book. And second, the assignment for here is very, very short, and I'm going to explain that to you. After I get done with this, I'd also like to very quickly just run you through. In fact, I can do this first. Let's see. I've got one more chapter to go after this one. Once I complete that chapter, the last chapter, Chapter 14, to my knowledge at least, I'm done with the material for the book. So, right now, syllabus is done, course evaluation is done, videos are almost done, the book source is done, the PowerPoints are done. I'm going to take that whole Trump thing when I get done with it and move it into the in-class folder. The homework, what I'm going to do is the same kind of thing that I did in the relational database design class. And that is, I'll have a schedule set up and I'll make PDF copies of every one of the homework assignments and put those in there. Alright? Once I get all done with everything, I'll make an announcement there that says basically that everything is done, and that will be it. Alright? So, again, I'm on page 533, talking about web promotion. It says you built it, now you want to attract visitors, so what do? Now, we talked about search engine overview and the search engines, some of the popular ones. Again, Yahoo is really, it's Google. All right, then Yahoo, then Bing, and that's about it. So, whoops, sorry. But some of the stuff that's in here, I'm not sure that the book did a real good job, or the PowerPoints did a real good job of summarizing. We talked about the robot and how it spiders your website, takes those results and puts it into a database. Alright, and we know what a search engine is and how you can put a term in there, etc. So if you want more, it's right there. Okay, like I said, this is going to go fairly quickly because there's just a few things that I want to make sure that may or may not have been touched on in the PowerPoints. But here's SEO, search engine optimization. As it says, spend time brainstorming about terms or phrases people use when searching for your site. Make a list of them. Those become your keywords. Alright. A descriptive page title, which includes your company and or website name, will help the site market itself. Heading tags. Be real careful about this. You can overdo heading tags. You could make the case, depending on your point of view. Again, you could make the case, let's see, where am I? In this Trump site, did I go too nuts? Did I really need the Republican candidate for president? Probably not. I tried in every page, there's Donald Trump on the issues, candidate list, Donald Trump, let's connect, and Donald J. Trump. I probably should have said shop or something like that here. All right, and if I would have done that, probably then I wouldn't even really need this Let's Make America Great Again shop. But it's fine the way it is. Okay? As you can see, or hopefully as you can tell from me talking about this, a website to a really good website developer designer is really never done. You're always tweaking it. You're always wondering how you can make it better. You might be talking to people who are looking at your site to get their comments, etc. Alright, what's special about your site that would make someone want to visit? That goes in your description tag. So it says a meta tag is a self-contained tag. We've already looked at that. There's an example. Again, if you don't want a search engine to index a page, All right. Then you say something like this. Content equals no index, no follow. And typically, the only pages you do those for are non-HTML, etc. pages. If you had a page with a text file or something in it, you might not want them to look at it. All right. Again, we've talked about this as you're going through there. Make sure all your links work, not just links in your site, but links to other sites. Make sure your images and multimedia are not broken, so you don't have any broken links. Validate all your code. Follow best practices. We've talked about all this stuff before. So they say for listing in a search engine here, this is figure 13.5 on page 538. The author gives you a 4-step method here. So you visit the search engine website like Google or whatever. You sign in with an account that you've created. You follow the directions that are on the page. The spider will index your site. Again, it will not happen immediately. It may take several weeks, up to a month or more. All right. Periodically check in to see if the search engine has your site listed. If it does, then it's been spidered. Again, is advertising on a search engine worth the cost? As the author says, it depends. So I'll let you read that yourselves. Google's Webmaster Guidelines describe 2 types of sitemaps that are usable or useful for search engine optimization. An HTML sitemap is a web page with a map, so it's got links to everything that's in there. And they show this in figure 514. Wow, that was a while back. Figure 514. All the way back on, it's not figure 514. So figure 514 is a thing of colors, so I don't know what they're talking about there. If you don't want to create a website or a sitemap using HTML, which is a bunch of hyperlinks, you can create an XML sitemap. We do some of that stuff in the 3rd semester in the ASP.NET class. Okay, so you will see it. Monitoring search engines, we talked about this before. Again, Google provides Google Analytics, and there are other places that provide analytics also. But the idea with analytics, as it says, it's basically collecting and analyzing data so you can understand how your site's being used. Here's an example of a website log file. Okay. Link popularity, as they mention here on page 542, is a rating determined by a search engine based on the number of sites that link to your site. We talked a lot about social media optimization earlier, social networking. These QR codes on the bottom of 543 and going on to 544. There's a lot of free things that allow you to do this. And QR codes, as they mentioned, are useful for promoting a website. You might put it on your business card or a t-shirt or something else to get people over to your site. There's other things that are discussed, affiliate programs. And an affiliate program, as it says right there, it's when one website promotes another website's products or services in exchange for a commission. And, so for example, let's say that I've got this sporting goods store. There might be something, I'm trying to think, maybe a Major League Baseball team, all right, that I might have a link to or something like that. In return for that, I might get some money or something. A banner ad is a graphic image used to announce and advertise the name or the identity of a site. Banner exchange. With some of this stuff, there's newsletters, there's a lot of other stuff, but one of the things to get people looking at it is just, traditional type of advertising. And they talk about this on page 546. The traditional TV ads, etc. All right? And the rest of it was on the inline frames, and I think we've talked about that a little bit. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. So the only other thing that I'm going to mention is for this chapter, the homework that's on this chapter is on page 555. 4. And it's very short. You'll be able to see the whole thing in just a second. This is all of it right here. That's it. Right there. That's all of it. All right, so you again create a new folder, write a description of the business, code a description meta tag for each page of the website. So each page is different. So you'll have a total of what? All right, I think you've got like 5 pages or something like that on the site, I believe. All right, I'm looking through back to the previous chapter, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. The home page, the listings page, the financing page, the contact page, and the services page. So you should have one of those for each page. So just follow the steps. Again, these are your requirements. Follow them because that's part of how you're going to be graded. Coming back shortly with the last chapter, which is chapter 14.